Welcome to my plant care vlog. I've got so many plant maintenance-y things I'm gonna get done today. Starting off actually with these plants up here, they need to be watered, and I'm just gonna get that out of the way. Everything here is watered. Check. I really am in the mood to get some plant care things done. So this is my list of all the little projects I want to get done today. Solve this Rhaphidophora cursiva issue I've been having. It's getting a little bit wonky. Oh no, because it's outgrown its space. I may end up propagating it for my shop. I'll be repotting my Jose Bueno. I need to check the roots on my jade. It has kind of stalled out, and it seems like every time I water it, the water isn't quite absorbing in very well. So I think there might be some issue down in the roots. It might be root bound. It might, I don't know. I just really want to check them so I can have peace of mind. Maybe I'll up pot them. We'll see. I need to fix my Soltech lights. They're kind of falling out of the wall. I need to order a couple of my favorite plant supplies and actually some chicken gear. That'll be a quickie. And lastly, I have this really pretty orb planter outside that I had a plant in for the summer, and then it got moved and I forgot to water it for 2 days and it's completely dead. So I think I'm actually going to move it inside and use it for something in here. So I need to like empty that out, clean it up. It's a huge wasp. Oh, the wasps are out. Oh, they're all over. So anyway, I want to clean this up, maybe pot something into it and find a place for it in my house. I think I already know where I'm gonna put it, but we'll see. Where do I want to start? Actually not on the list, but I'm gonna do really quick is move this over there. I just think it'll be better. Oh, but it is nice having this stuff next to, oh, let's just test it out and see if it's something I even want to consider, because I could always find space for all this for the coffee tea supplies over here. Ignore my mound of laundry. I'd rather do my plant stuff. Or gosh, really anything else. Yeah, I'm thinking of putting it right here. So it's just like an easy place to set down your water, your beverage of choice, because our coffee table is not really accessible most of the time because the laundry sits on it. Crap. I don't know, you'll have to let me know what you think. Could push this a little bit closer. I don't know, I think that actually looks pretty good right there, but maybe I could try to thrift just like a table or a media console or something right here. You know, I actually think that makes more sense. Now that we're talking it through, thank you so much for talking some sense into me. Yeah, no, this belongs right there. That's perfect. I don't know what I'm thinking. I do need something here though. The planter in question is this one. It's really hard to have potted plants out here because I let my chickens roam sometimes and they do this crap and dig everything out and all the dirt also. So they really just make it a mess. I need to empty this. I've got 4 of these little felt pads that you peel off the back. Is it gonna work? Yeah. And I'm gonna stick them on the bottom because this is a very, very scratchy planter and I definitely don't want it sitting on my floor. Yeah, look at that. Let's go bring it up to the deck. I actually think I might end up potting this jade into that planter. I guess let's see though, make sure it even needs repotted. I'm just gonna try and, oh God. Oh no. Oh, it's not coming out. New plan. I'm gonna water it first. Oh God. Oh, it's root bound. Look at that. That's wild. All right. I just don't even know what to do for that. It is kind of an ongoing, recurring issue. Since this planter is now empty and my jade is root bound, I'm just gonna go ahead and pot it up into here. Welcome to the office. So in here, okay, where do I begin? This is my Jose Buono philodendron. I'm sure you can tell, it's massive. This is the newest leaf. It's not even hardened off yet and it's already freaking huge. So I want to get this repotted because I don't even know if there's a good spot to be able to show you. Oh yeah, right there, okay. I think it's pretty clear to see that the bottom of this plant is a lot skinnier and weaker than what the top of this plant calls for. I want to fix that today. It's also drying out way too fast. This is just not enough area of root to keep this watered as much as a plant of this size needs. So yeah, I just need to repot it. And I'll show you a tip for how to pot up very top heavy plants like this. No, don't tip over. Okay. I went into this thinking I didn't have the right planter that I wanted for that plant, but I actually do. This is perfect. So in my last video, I chopped up my philodendron rugosum that used to live in this. And this is perfect for the Jose Buono. It's deeper than that other planter it's in, and I want to be able to pot it a little bit lower into the planter. This is glazed ceramic, whereas the terracotta dries out way too fast and it's wider than the other planter it's in. So perfect! I'm gonna scrub these down real quick, but I'll spare you the details there. Let's take this little repot party over to my plant room. Yeah, definitely need my repot mat today, saucer for the new planter, and my potting mix. All right, so I guess let's just get started. I'm gonna go ahead and unpot this. This is actually really exciting. My favorite part of repotting is being able to check the roots and see what's going on, and I'm really interested to see what's going on with these because the plant has gotten so big. I don't know, I just kind of don't know what to expect, I guess. Oh no, It's not coming out. Oh, there we go. Ew, it's kind of gooey. Okay, they look pretty good. This was definitely not as root bound as I thought it was, especially for how much it dries out, or how often I feel like I have to water it because it's drying out. Those are still some pretty good roots, don't get me wrong. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to actually just tear off the bottom section of this root system. Like all of the roots down there. And then zhuzh them up really good. I'm not trying to tear the roots that are up here, but I'm definitely gonna zhuzh them. Now with the new planter, we'll set it right here. I'm gonna backfill it a little bit, like maybe just one pot. Yeah, like barely any soil, just enough soil that you have like maybe an inch at the bottom. Literally, it's like right here. Okay, now I'm gonna pull off these bottom, I don't know, I guess we'll see how many I do. Just the really small ones, I guess. And since a bunch of these bottom ones are yellowing, I'm gonna just go ahead and pull all of those off as well. I ended up pulling 6 leaves. I'm gonna remove this one too, actually. 7 leaves. I'm gonna stick the root ball all the way down and I guess see how many more leaves I can remove. I removed 8 leaves. Final answer. I wanted to put as much stem into the substrate as possible because all of these aerial roots here are going to root into the soil and overall really help stabilize the plant, give it a much better like root plant ratio than what it previously had. I love doing plant chores like this, and like repots especially fall into this category where I'm doing it on a healthy plant. Like plant care just kind of sucks if you're playing catch up all the time, but if you get to do the fun, little more project-y filling things like this on a healthy plant, it's just so much more enjoyable for me. You'll have to let me know if you know what I mean or if you feel the same, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. I'm just much happier doing plant care on a happy plant. On a healthy plant, you know? Don't get me wrong, I still will do the crappy chores. Like I have some crappy chores in the works lately, but I don't know, it's nice to have some of the more fun stuff to do like this in between to help like shake things up, have a little bit of a different mood, you know? As these roots get longer, I'm gonna try and coerce them to grow into the substrate. Again, for stabilization purposes. That's the whole point of this, I guess. Okay, so much better already. Also gonna add this bamboo stake just right back here to help support the plant. And I'll just secure it with a zip tie. Here really loosely though, I don't want it to be like snugged up too much. Oh, I put it on backwards. Yeah. Mostly to help keep it a little more upright as I move the plant around, if for whatever reason I move the plant around. Now I'm gonna go put it back. Oh, that is so much better, right? You know what? One more leaf is coming off. How many is that? 9. This leaf, the only reason I'm pulling it off is it was facing this way and it kind of got in the way as I tried to like butt this plant up against the wall. So that one even is a little bit, but that one can stay. What do we think? Well, isn't that so much better? So much better. Let's water. I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time throughout the day because I don't know my limits with this setup. So I'm just gonna keep this water here, check back every time I'm in the area and see if it needs more water, and then I'll have a better idea of how much I can water this plant at one time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I move too fast and just dump a whole jug, and then I'm like, oh shit, I don't have enough towels to clean up this mess, you know? Check, check, check. Next, my Rhaphidophorida cursiva. The dilemma I was speaking of earlier is that once the plant outgrew, like really where it had stabilization from the window, it threw out some really crazy long runners. It threw out 2 of them. There's one along the floor too, but that doesn't bother me as much, so I'm gonna leave that for right now. But these 2, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to like just attach them up here maybe, but I don't. Now that I'm looking at it, they're just super windy and I know what has to be done. So I'm just, oh no. And that solution is to just cut these back. They are so weird. I'm just gonna cut them to where the last node kind of is stable, which really is, I'll show you closer up, but it is right here by this, what is it? Cactus bone. That does leave me with a lot of nodes to propagate, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I have been putting my shop on the back burner, but if I'm gonna keep doing my shop, I just need to freaking do it. I don't know, why did I stop? I just got sick of propagating for a sec, I guess. I am going to cut these a little bit smaller so that they fit in my little cups. Okay, 4 leaf nodes and a crap ton of leafless nodes. I'm just cutting some of the extra tissue, otherwise this whole thing just wouldn't fit in my cup. Oh, I cut that one a little bit short. Probably just gonna pot, well, nah. All right, now to sort them. Garbage stuff here, nodes down here. Into the bowl they go. These are going to sit here for 30 minutes, then I'll come back later and do the propagation on this. So you'll see that more toward the end of the video, I would say. I want to move on before it gets too dark to do this. Back to my plant room. Another really easy task I should just do while I wait for that is fix my Soltec lights here above the window. Ryan is aware of this happening and he says he'll fix it, but for right now I'm gonna do like a temporary fix to this because for some reason the light is like pulling itself out of the wall even though he used the mounting kit that it came with. We had to take off 2 of the lights. They are down here on the window well, and I would really like to put them back. If I'm taking the time to turn these lights on and off every day, I want to be able to reap as many benefits from it as I can. My easiest go-to fix for things like these are 3M strips. Stick a few of them on the back of this, just onto the back of the strip, I guess. Push them up to the wall, actually. Wow, that is really, oh shit. It's like falling out of the wall. There's no way that 3M strips are gonna hold that up. I don't know why Ryan used the little mounting kit it came with, but the screws just popped clean out of them. Well, on this side it did. On this side it hasn't yet, fortunately. That's so weird. It's really stressing me out. This is gonna fall any second. I could whip out the screwdriver and fix that, but Ryan has this weird thing with holes. Ew! Ugh. I'm not afraid of many things. Grasshoppers are one of them, especially when they're big like this. Ew, it doesn't even care. They're so nasty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I try to respect all living creatures, but those are nasty. I feed them to my chickens. Chickens love them. Anyway, Ryan has an aversion to holes in the walls. He just feels better if he can handle those kinds of situations himself instead of like trying to have me do it, and then he is kind of a perfectionist, so then like he needs to fix things, you know, he would just rather do it himself. So we're gonna go ahead and cross that off the list because we tried it the non-invasive way. Ryan is gonna have to do that himself. Let me go grab my laptop. No, we'll do it right here. Why not right here? I need to stock up on a couple of things. So I ran out of a few of my tried and trues. First of which is, what was it? Systemic. I am about to start my last round. I've done 3 rounds on my entire plant collection. Every single plant in my collection has had 3 rounds, so I need to do my 4th round, and I'm not noticing any big mealybugs anymore, so I think this is going to be it. I think this is the round that's going to take care of the issue. It has been a really long process, but boy oh boy will it be worth it to not have any more bugs. That's for damn sure. So yeah, I need some more systemic. I also need, what was it? Liquider. Woo. Liquidirt. I've just about finished up my Liquidirt bottle, which I got that bottle, like it's the original bottle. I've had it for this long and I just barely ran out. Granted, I don't use it with every single watering. I would say like 75% of waterings I use Liquidirt, but that's beside the point. I do really believe in Liquidirt. And then there was something else. What was the last thing I needed? What was it? Oh yeah, first Saturday. I looked it up earlier. A chicken supply, which is... Ew, it's that freaking grasshopper. Ew. Ew, I'm sorry, I hate them. I wish that I was not this disgusted by them, but I am. I'm like absolutely disgusted by them. I don't... Anyway, I need to get first Saturday lime for my chickens. It's to take care of so that they don't get like mites and stuff. They can get mites and lice and stuff. It helps avoid that. And you know what? Actually, I've been considering doing a week of chicken chores video where each day I would show you all the different chicken chores I do. I don't know if that would be something you're interested in seeing, and if you are interested in seeing it, do you think it's okay to post here, or should I post it on my second channel where I could post like non-plant stuff, or do you think it's to the point I can post non-plant stuff here? It's just so hard to know, you know? But yeah, either way, I think a week of chicken chores video would be really fun. It's something I really want to do, so I would love some feedback on that. Okay, let's go to cart. Why is my cart $626? I don't need that yet. I do want my Cliff Bars and my protein and my spirulina. Oh, which do I want to get rid of? It's still $220. That's crazy. We'll get rid of that's still $200. We'll get rid of the protein. Dog food, systemic, Liquider, and first Saturday lime. Oh, I want so many things, but it's so expensive. I just want to eat healthy. No thanks. I don't want Prime. Okay. Place order. That was expensive. Hey, it's all ordered. It's all ordered. Cross that off the list. Order. Okay, so I guess all that's left is I'm gonna pot up all of the Rhaphidophora cuttings now. Show you what I do for those. And here's the OG bottle herself. Listen. It's almost empty. I'm gonna pour a little bit of that in there. Fill it up with water. Wow, these hold so much water. I love propagation. This is a part of things that I really enjoy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pot up all of these cuttings and yeah, I'm using my little cup method, which I do reuse these. Gonna push a little moss to the bottom of each one. Well, kind of fill up the cup actually, because I forget we're working with like nodes. Pull off the sheath, stick it in. I'm gonna kind of put it in an angle a little bit so that the whole node is covered other than the bud, the axillary bud, I think is how you pronounce it. I could be pronouncing it totally wrong. I probably am actually. Now that I mention it, probably am. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep repeating that. And actually for the leaf nodes, gosh, I actually hate leaf nodes for this plant. I'm actually gonna take off the leaves because they get in the way a little bit. It makes the cups too top heavy, so then they fall over and I have issues with spillage and stuff. So I just decided to take those out. Cover the node and not the bud with moss. Even if the bud is a little covered, it's fine. Just gonna give it a little peep through. I should keep the leaves on. Like, it definitely is better to keep the leaves on in some cases. Like I've read a lot that it helps plants to root faster, but I'm not really looking for super fast root growth here. Like, I'm okay to take things a little bit slow. If a plant is growing a little bit slower, then, you know, it's a little bit slower for me to have to take care of it too. So it's more forgiving that way. The faster things grow, the less forgiving they are, I feel like. I don't know, I'm probably just making that up. That's definitely just an opinion thing. This little oval thing here is the bud I'm talking about, and that's where new growth will form, a new growth point, and it'll grow from there. So yeah, I try to put them in the cup so that the roots are touching the moss, and I'll like tuck it in so that it's being definitely caressed into place, but it's not packed super tightly, and so that the bud can still like have access, like it can still see the light, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll just do that for all of them. This one you can see the bud even better, and then that's the aerial root I keep talking to. So bud goes out, root goes down, root goes into the moss. Like so. See? You can only see the bud there. That's like perfect planting in my opinion. I personally like to remove the sheaths because then I can like see the bud better and, I don't know, have a better idea of what's going on. I don't know, I just made that up. But for some reason I like to pull them off. I like to have access. I'm a little nosy. Okay. Get it nestled in. Like so. I'll pot it up. I still have quite a few nodes left here, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pot them into this thing. So I'm just gonna put down some moss. This is a good way, especially if you have a whole bunch of nodes like I do here, potting them all up together like this, whether it's to move them over someday when you go to sell it, or if it's to grow it in your own collection, you can always pot up individual nodes all together like this as well. So like no need to go through the extra step if you don't want to. Just, you know, put them into your container on a tray. Better yet, a container without much drainage or drainage at all to keep things clean. And yeah, I'm gonna just place them all in here so that, you know, same as I was before. Just kind of nestling them in so that the bud is up top, or facing toward the sun, and the root is buried into the substrate, or buried into the moss. Oh no, I accidentally tore that one up. We'll still give it a go. I accidentally ripped it a little. See? Well, yeah, I just like tore the tip of that one off. And then if even like you're like me and you're going to want to sell these on your shop one day, you can always pull them out of here once things have clear signs of roots. You can pull them out of here and pot them up individually, and then, you know, wait another month or two for them to acclimate, and then they're good to go. And this just saves space more, I guess, but having some this way saves time down the line, actually. It's like more time now, less time down the line. So whatever suits you best. These are actually going to live in my grow tent, of course. That's just such an ideal environment for propagating. And I will show you some other little bins that I have going like this one, where I've just kind of thrown a bunch of empty nodes into them, and I'm starting to get plant growth. So here soon I can go ahead and pot them up individually like these ones to sell and ship. And yeah, I just threw a bunch of moss down, stuck the plants in, watered it every once in a while, and like that's that. They've really just had to sit in the grow tent. I've just had to be patient at the end of the day is what it's all come down to. But okay, I'm gonna put a little more moss around on top of these to help protect them a little bit from the harsh light in the grow tent. They will be sitting pretty close to grow lights, so I just like to give them a little bit of a buffer, especially while they first start rooting, and then after that it doesn't matter as much. But okay, let's go move these into the tent and I'll show you those examples. Hey, I'm back. It's a little bit later in the day. I've changed my shirt because one of my chickens has bumblefoot and I had to do her daily treatment. She gets a little Epsom salt soak and then I have to wrap it and put stuff on it. Anyway, okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're at my grow tent. Gonna show you the rugosum cuttings and where they're sitting. First of all, there they are. This is where they will be living until they're ready to sell. And then to show you that example of just kind of throwing a bunch of nodes in to see what happens. These are a bunch of pink princess philodendron that I threw in. Most of them have activated. There are a few here that haven't. This does need to be watered, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. Much better. I had a great time. It always feels good to get those little chores out of the way, to get those little maintenance-y things out of the way, and be able to just like enjoy some healthy, happy new growth. It just feels so good to know that I get that out of the way and I'm like catching up / getting ahead on everything. It feels so good. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had a great time. I sure did. Please let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see on my channel. Please leave a comment and thumbs up or thumbs down depending on what you thought of this video, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you next time.